The question is always asked, why Giro Vocal Motion Technique? Why not this technique, that technique? What is the difference? And for what particular kind of repertoire do you use Giro Vocal Motion Technique? Students come in, they want to know, how much of a voice do I have? How big is my voice? How long is it going to take me before I actually am able to sing? So let me take that in a couple of ways. First of all, voice technique is exactly the same voice technique for anything and everything you sing. Therefore, Giro Vocal Motion Technique is used for classical, for opera, for pop, for R&B, for jazz, whatever it is that you want to do with the voice has to use the vocal instrument correctly. When we talk about the vocal instrument correctly, that means that there is no strain, there is no force, there is no hoarseness, there is absolutely no stress on the instrument itself, because the instrument, as we talked about before, is guided not by the physical aspect of the instrument, but by the mental aspect of the knowledge of the instrument. Very, very important to understand that Giro Vocal Motion Technique is necessary whether or not you're a cantor, whether or not you're an opera singer, whether or not you're a pop singer. You want your instrument to last a lifetime. And your instrument cannot, and I repeat, and I'm very serious, even though people may think that I'm aggressively speaking about this or that I'm being dogmatic about this, I really don't care. What I know after 35 years of teaching, I know. If you use the instrument properly, you'll have it for a lifetime. If you abuse the instrument and you don't know what you're doing with it, you will have it for a very, very short and very limited time. There are many people out in the world who want very much to keep me quiet and who are very intent on this not getting out into the world. However, there are too many singers now at this moment that are saved and have been saved by Giro Vocal Motion Technique, and many doctors are very surprised at how this could be achieved when in reality their diagnoses are you have acid reflux and therefore you have problems with the voice, therefore you're hoarse. Then a student like that comes to me, and within a month of repositioning the voice into the giro, into the turn of the voice, that's what giro means, that's all gone. And then all that medication that they had been taking is totally unnecessary. So who uses Giro Vocal Motion Technique? Anybody who speaks and anybody who sings. How to learn it? It's a very, very simple process, but it's complex. And it's simple in its complexity and complex in its simplicity. You have to learn, you have to be dedicated, you have to know who to work with. In this particular case, you'll work with me, and I know how to work with you and with your instrument. The other thing that I have to say about this is, For the master classes in July in Tzfat in Israel, people are coming from all over the world. And they're coming because I have something that no one else has, unfortunately. I'm looking desperately for teachers who are interested in learning this. The prerequisite for a teacher is absolutely, under any circumstances, not to be a singer, not to have any inclination to use this information for his own or her own singing voice. Giro Vocal Motion Technique and what I teach must be taught by a person who does not sing and does not aspire to sing and does not interfere in any way, shape, or form with your own personal voice by giving you a sound that might be creating images in your own mind. If you really think about it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. If you go to a teacher, whether or not he's been a singer himself or he has a career, you go to a teacher because you wish to learn and you respect that person for their knowledge and for their voice and for their achievements. I'll take away nothing of anybody else's achievements, believe me. There's only one problem. A singer usually begins to teach when he's no longer singing. And if he's in the early part, in the middle stages of his life, and he's not singing, it's not because he doesn't want to anymore in most cases. It's because he can't. And that he can't, he is going to present to you as your knowledge base. His sound, his ideas, your voice coming into his head can only be secondary to his own vocal sound and vocal construction in his own mind. So the teachers that I wish to teach Giro Vocal Motion Technique must be able to listen. The story about what I do is listening, hearing, knowing, understanding, being 100% committed to the individuality of each instrument, but knowing the technical necessities of each instrument. Please contact me, either if you're a singer or a cantor or someone who has the desire to teach and to learn how to teach Giro Vocal Motion Technique. The master classes are practically the whole month of July. If you go to our website, you'll get all the information. Please try to make your reservations as quickly as possible, because there are very few spaces left, especially for singers and for cantors. So what can I tell you? Write to me, ask me questions. I'll ask you questions. We'll communicate, and together we'll create your singing future and assure that that is a future that lasts a lifetime.